The music at my brother's wedding in Atlanta was still blasting when my wife's ex stepped onto the dance floor and grabbed her wrist in front of everyone. "You're still lying to him," he said loudly, voice cutting through the champagne-fueled laughter. "Tell him what you were doing in Houston last month." My wife, smiling, flawless, the same woman everyone called perfect, froze for half a second too long. The crowd didn't notice at first, but I did. I always noticed her tells. She laughed it off, tried to pull away, but he didn't let go. That's when I walked forward. That's when everything in my life cracked open in front of 200 guests, flashing cameras, and my own family staring like they were watching a car crash in slow motion. And what I said next, nobody in that room was ready for. But I still didn't know the worst part, what I would find waiting for me on my phone that night. If you love a good twist, hit that subscribe button. Tell us your location and if it's day or night there. Dark stories feel different in the dark. I left the wedding before the cake was even cut. Nobody stopped me. Nobody followed. Even my wife didn't chase me down the marble steps outside the Atlanta venue. That silence hurt more than the confrontation. Inside the car, my hands were steady. Too steady. Like my body already knew what my mind refused to accept. A message popped up before I even turned the ignition. Unknown number. Check Houston. She wasn't there for work. That was it. No explanation. Just a bomb dropped into my life. I didn't go home. I drove straight to my office instead. I was a financial analyst in Houston with access to corporate logs, travel reimbursements, internal systems. The kind of job people think is boring, until you need answers no one wants you to have. And I needed answers. By midnight, I had them. Hotel charges in Las Vegas. Flight swaps she never mentioned. A rental car booked under a friend's account. And one name repeated across everything like a stain that wouldn't wash out, her ex. The same man who just humiliated her at my brother's wedding. My chest didn't explode. My world didn't collapse. It went cold. That's when I knew I wasn't reacting like a betrayed husband anymore. I was planning. The next morning, she came home like nothing happened. "Why did you leave so early?" she asked, dropping her purse on the kitchen counter in Houston like the night before didn't exist. I looked at her. Really looked. Perfect hair. Perfect voice. Perfect lie. "I wasn't feeling well," I said calmly. She kissed my cheek. And I almost believed she still thought I was stupid. Almost. That afternoon, I printed everything. Phone records. Location logs. Flight data. Messages I recovered through synced backups she forgot I had access to. Page after page after page. I stacked them neatly on the kitchen table. Then I waited. When she walked in that evening, she saw them immediately. Her smile didn't fade at first. Then she picked up the top page. And everything in her face collapsed. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. I stayed seated. "I printed them," I said quietly. "All of them." The room went silent. Even the fridge humming sounded too loud. She flipped through pages faster now, panic rising. This is invasive. You're spying on me." "No," I said. "You were just careless." That hit her harder than yelling ever could. She looked up at me, eyes sharp now. Defensive. Angry. "You don't understand anything," she snapped. "It wasn't what you think." That's when I laughed. Not because it was funny. Because I had already seen everything. Houston. Vegas. The hotel timestamps. The lies layered so neatly they almost looked artistic. "I think I understand enough," I said. And then I stood up. That's when she realized I wasn't arguing. I was done listening. 2 days later, I stopped being her husband in private. But publicly, I became something else entirely. At a family dinner in Houston, she arrived expecting normalcy. Her parents. Mine. Smiling faces around a long table. I waited until dessert. Then I placed a sealed envelope in the center. "I think everyone should see this," I said. Her fork dropped. "Don't," she whispered immediately. Too late. I opened it. Printed phone records spread across the table like evidence in a courtroom. Gasps. Confusion. Then silence. The room went silent. Everyone was watching. Her father picked up a page. Her mother followed. Then my brother from the wedding. And then the videos started circulating. Not from me. From someone else. A guest at the wedding had posted clips. Her ex grabbing her wrist. Her panic. My calm walk forward. My silence afterward. It was already online. And now it was spreading. Instagram. TikTok. Private group chats. Hashtags I didn't even bother reading. She stood up so fast her chair fell back. "This is sick," she shouted. "You're trying to ruin me." I leaned back in my seat. "No," I said calmly. "You did that when you forgot I could see everything." The unraveling happened faster than I expected. Her company in Las Vegas suspended her contract within 24 hours after the footage went viral. Her ex denied everything publicly until screenshots of their hotel stays leaked. Then he went silent, and she came back to me one last time. It was night in Houston. Rain tapping the windows like impatient fingers. "I made mistakes," she said softly in my living room. "No makeup. No performance. But you didn't have to destroy me." I looked at her for a long moment. For the first time, she looked human. Not perfect. Not untouchable. Just exposed. "You destroyed yourself," I said. Her eyes filled, but I didn't move. "I loved you," she whispered. "No," I replied. "You loved attention. I was just part of the image." That broke something in her. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just quiet collapse. She sat down on the couch like the weight of everything finally caught up to her. And I walked away. Weeks later, I moved to a smaller place outside Houston. New life. No shared accounts. No memories on the walls. Her name stopped appearing in conversations. Her social media disappeared under pressure she couldn't control. People still recognized me sometimes. "That's the guy from the wedding," they'd whisper. I never corrected them. Because they never knew the full story. They only saw the moment everything broke. Not the months of lies before it. Not the warnings I ignored. Not the silence I chose after. One night, I printed the last document I would ever need. A signed divorce settlement. I left it on the same kitchen table where it all started. No note. No message. Just finality. And as I walked out into the quiet Houston night, I realized something simple. Revenge isn't loud. It's precise. And when it lands, it doesn't echo. It ends things. The end.